Can anyone confirm you are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right then. So other day, I had given uh, an exercise problem, right? I had given that exercise problem as a quiz. Only 17 of them have solved that particular problem. I don't know what happened to the rest of the lot. Uh, okay, no issues. Today you complete it off. I have extended the deadline. Today by 5 p.m. you are supposed to complete that problem. Okay. With a different set of values, I will solve that problem in today's class. All right. So the problem was about series clipper, right? Series clipper. So this was the diode orientation. And this was the reference voltage, okay? And here is your load resistor, Rn, all right? And this is your input, okay? So input is been given with a maximum value of 75 volts, okay? So the maximum value is 75 volts and the diode is made up of silicon, okay? And let us consider the reference voltage as, okay, let's say 65 volts. Let's say 65 volts. Let me assume it as the reference voltage. All right. So you are supposed to plot VI versus V naught. And the second one is the transfer characteristics. Okay. And thirdly, you're supposed to show the analysis. Okay, analysis. Okay. All right. So let's try solving this particular problem. What is the first step? First step is to substitute diode model. Okay. Whosoever microphone is on, I'm requesting them to turn it off. Gayatri, your microphone is on. Okay. First of all, you have to substitute diode model. So when you substitute diode model, what do you get? Ideal diode symbol. Okay. And then the barrier potential you are supposed to place. So barrier potential you have to place in such a way that it opposes the diode conduction. So here is my anode terminal. So if I can place negative terminal, I can say that the diode will be maintained in reverse bias condition with this barrier potential. So this is your Vk, which is equal to 0.7 volts. Okay, that's because it's a silicon diode. And then you have the reference source, reference DC source with a potential of 65 volts. Okay, and then comes the source followed by the load. Okay, this is RL. Okay, so this is your first step. And in second step, as you can see clearly that you have two DC sources, right? Two DC sources. So you can think of merging the two DC sources, all right? So if you observe Vk, you see that the current circulation by Vk is from left to right, right? Negative to positive. On the other hand, the reference voltage tries to send the current in the opposite direction, right? From minus to plus. So the two cells are opposing each other, and hence these two cells can be merged into a single cell with a difference of potential, right? So you have 65 volts and you have 0.7 volts. So subtract the two potentials. So how much you'll get? You will get 64.3 volts. So 64.3 volts will be the effective DC voltage of this particular circuit, and you are supposed to give the polarity of the dominant source in the lot. Okay, so 65 volt is the dominant source. So this 64.3 volt cell will have the polarity convention of 65 volt battery. Okay, so let's reconstruct the circuit. Diode, okay, and your battery. Okay, so this side positive terminal and this side negative terminal, plus minus, and what's the effective voltage? 64.3 volts. All right, and then comes the source, followed by the load resistor. So now your circuit is ready for further examination. All right, now you can carry out the analysis. Okay, so in step 3, you can talk about analysis. Okay. Whenever you say analysis, you start with, let's say, positive half cycle and then finish it off with a negative half cycle. So let's consider positive half cycle. So what I will do for positive half cycle, let me put the polarity and figure 2 itself. Okay, so positive half cycle, I will write, refer figure B. Okay, so this is your figure A and this is your figure B. Okay, plus minus the output voltage. Okay. Now in the positive half cycle, what you have to observe is that how the two sources are connected with each other, right? You have an AC source, VI, and you have an DC source, 64.3 volt potential. Okay, so your input voltage is trying to send the current in the clockwise direction, okay, as shown in the figure. On the other hand, the DC source is trying to send the current in the opposite direction, correct? Minus to plus. So the two sources are trying to oppose each other. Now, which source wins in this particular comparison solely depends on the potentials that it is carrying. Okay, so you have two sources. Hence, what happens is that source comparison comes into picture. Source comparison comes into picture. So let's consider the case wherein what if your input is less than 64.3 volts? Okay, if your input is less than 64.3 volts, what happens? Can anyone tell me?
Reverse bias.
No, it is not reverse bias.
Forward bias.
Forward bias. Why it gets forward biased? Okay.
64.3 volts.
It's okay. Whoever said reverse biased, I want to ask him a question here. So what I will do, I will redraw the circuit. Okay. Okay. I'll not say anything. You have to answer me so that, you know, the moment you finish this problem, you'll be able to solve any given Clipper problem. All right. Yeah. Now, when you compare input with 64.3 volts under this particular condition, that is input is less than 64.3. So which source dominates? 64.3 volt source dominates. What is the meaning of domination? The meaning of domination is that this particular source 64.3 is getting a chance to circulate the current. In that process, will it forward biases the diode or will it reverse biases the diode? It will forward bias the diode, right? Because positive terminal of the battery is connected to anode terminal of the diode. Hence, the diode forward gets forward biased. So you can say that, okay, this is your diode D. D gets forward biased. Okay, once the diode gets forward biased, you can substitute with the short circuit equivalent. Okay, please feel free to pause me if in case of any doubts. Yeah, I'm going slower. Okay, so this direction of current, correct? This is your I. Now you apply KVL. Apply KVL. Okay, let's say this is figure C and let's say this is figure D. Apply KVL in figure D. Okay, so okay, positive half cycle, right? You are considering. Since you are considering positive half cycle, let us take the clockwise convention of current. Okay, this is how I go for it. Okay. So fine, positive half cycle, right? Clockwise convention, and for negative half cycle, you can take anti-clockwise direction of current. Okay. Fine. So let's apply KVL. So you have minus to plus VI, and then plus to minus, so 64.3, and plus to minus V naught is equal to 0, or that implies your output V naught, okay, is equal to, what is it? Vi minus 64.3 volts. Okay. So you yourself can check whether you have got this particular equation or not. 64.3 volts. Okay. Now, what information this particular equation carries? Okay, so in the positive half cycle, when your input is 0 volts, what will be your output? Your output stays at minus 64.3 volts. So this is very important. When your input is 0 volt, your output is minus 64.3. So this particular step will help you in sketching the waveform. Okay, fine. I'll keep that information aside. Now let us consider the case when your input starts to exceed the DC voltage value. When your input starts to exceed the DC voltage value, that is, for the values of input greater than 64.3, what happens? So if input is having more potential than 64.3 volts, then obviously Vi dominates, and you can write tries to circulate the current. Okay, you don't write it will circulate the current. That's because it all depends on the diode orientation. So what happens? Vi dominates, right? Vi dominates in the sense this is trying to circulate the current. So when you consider Vi as the dominating source, what will happen to the diode conduction? Can anyone confirm? The positive terminal of Vi is connected to cathode terminal of the diode. So the diode gets reverse biased. So whenever Vi is greater than 64.3, diode gets reverse biased. The moment you get the reverse bias scenario, you can replace the diode with an open circuit equivalent. Okay, plus minus 64.3. Okay, and this is your load resistor RL plus minus I is equal to 0 because there is open circuit. Okay, so therefore your output V0, okay, here it is, output V0 minus plus is I into RL is 0 into RL, but V0 is equal to 0 volts. 0 volts. So this is what happens during a positive half cycle. Okay. So for positive half cycle, you have, this equation, that is V0 is equal to Vi minus 64.3, as well as this equation. So beyond 64.3, your output stays at 0 volt level. Okay. Now let us look at the negative half cycle. Negative half cycle. So in the negative half cycle, all what you have to do is you have to just interchange or flip the polarities, minus plus. Okay, and then connect the circuit in as it is form. How is the orientation? Yeah, this way, right? This is plus and this is minus. This is RL. Okay, this is anode and this is cathode, Vi. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what will be the directions of current? What will be the directions of current? Can anyone confirm?
In anti-clockwise direction.
Anti-clockwise. Both Vi as well as
Yeah.
64.3.
Yes.
Are these two trying to send the current in anti-clockwise direction? Is that you are saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, right. That's correct. So minus to plus, anti-clockwise direction. Again, minus to plus. This also tries to send the current in anti-clockwise direction. So what is happening? Both the currents are flowing in anti-clockwise direction, and thereby what? Forward biasing or reverse biasing?
Reverse bias.
Reverse biasing. Okay. This is anode, right? This is cathode. Okay. Reverse biasing, is it? Tell me properly. Is it forward biasing or reverse biasing?
Forward
Forward.
biasing.
Forward bias.
Forward biasing, no. See, this is negative terminal. This negative terminal, where is it connected? The cathode terminal it is connected. And the positive terminal, see here, positive terminal is connected to the anode terminal. You know that when the current tries to enter at the anode side, the diode is forward biased. On the other hand, when the current tries to enter from the cathode side, the diode is reverse biased. Let's say this is your diode. If your current flow is in this direction, you can replace this diode with a short circuit equivalent. This is SC. On the other hand, if the current tries to enter from the cathode side, the diode symbol can be replaced with open circuit equivalent. Open circuit equivalent. Yeah, open circuit equivalent. So the current tries to flow in anti-clockwise direction and thereby forward biasing the diode. So the diode gets forward biased. So D gets forward biased. Okay, this is your D. So once the diode gets forward biased, you can replace the diode with short circuit equivalent. There is RL, and this is V naught. Okay, so negative half cycle. Let us put the current direction. Apply KVL. So when you apply KVL, what do you get? Minus to plus, and then minus to plus, minus to plus is equal to 0, or output V naught is equal to minus Vi minus 64.3 volts. Okay, so over here the negative sign indicates that output will be in negative direction. Okay, so in the negative half cycle, when your input is 0 volt, okay, that means to say when your negative half cycle is just about to begin, what will be the output voltage? Minus 64.3 volts. Okay, minus 64.3 volts. So see here, minus 64.3 volts. So instead of the output waveform starting at 0 volt level, what is happening over in this case is that the output is starting from 64.3 volt level. Okay, so let's draw the waveforms. Okay, then you will be able to understand. Okay. First, let us draw the input. Okay, draw the input. Vi. This is the maximum voltage, 75 volts. Okay, and the positive half cycle is getting affected, right, from the reference voltage value 64.3. So what we can do is you can draw 64.3 voltage level. Okay, so that you get the transition points. Okay. Now in the negative half cycle, negative half cycle later let us consider. Okay, what happens when your input is, okay, where are we? Yeah, what happens when your input is less than 64.3? When your input is less than 64.3, your output is basically an AC signal, and output is given as Vi minus 64.3 volts. Okay, so when your input is 0, output should be at minus 64.3 level. So go down and mark some minus 64.3 level. So this is minus 64.3 level. Okay, and then you start marking the transition points. Okay, you have transition points with respect to the reference level 64.3, and also you have transition points drawn from the zero crossover of the input. Okay. So When your input is 0 volt, output is 64.3 volts. Okay. And when your input here, and when your input becomes 64.3 volts in the positive half cycle, output becomes 0 volt. So at this point of the input, okay, what value, what instantaneous value the input is attaining? 64.3 volts. So when your input is 64.3, what is the value of output? Is 0 volt. Similarly, on the other side, when your input is 64.3, the output is 0. And when your input is 0, the output is minus 64.3. So basically what you get is this kind of waveform. Okay. There will be a clipping, and then you will have your waveform of this kind. Okay. So this is your clipped waveform. Let me show it in different color. This will be a clipped waveform. Okay, so this part is clipped. Okay, that is this part. Okay, and in the negative half cycle, it is pretty simple. You can see that V0 is equal to minus Vi minus 64.3. So output will be in negative direction. So, and it conducts for entire negative half cycle, right? So you can just redraw the negative half cycle. Negative half cycle. Okay, so this is the waveform for this particular clipping circuit. Okay, so in this particular clipper, what has happened is you have removed a portion of positive half cycle beyond 64.3 volts level. Okay, and then you can draw the transfer characteristics. Okay, transfer characteristics. So what is the threshold value? Threshold value is 64.3. Somewhere you mark here 64.3, and then you mark the maximum voltage 75 volts. So 75 volts is Vm. Okay, this is positive direction of input, positive output axis, negative output axis, and negative input axis. So as you know that as long as your input is less than 64.3 volts, that is in this region, your output will be an AC signal. So till here, your output will be an AC signal. Now, beyond 64.3 volts level, output is basically 0. Okay, that means to say, you know, okay, and in the negative half cycle, this is 75 volts. Okay, something of this kind you will get. This kind you will get. Okay. Oh, so, okay. Is it correct? Is it correct? Can anyone confirm? When your input is 0 in the positive half cycle, what is the value of output? Minus 64.3. So, but what I have drawn here, is it correct? Yes or no? When your input is 0 in the positive half cycle, what is the output? minus 64.3. So negative output. So what I have done, I have projected the output along positive V0 axis. So how is it correct? Huh?
So it will be in fourth quadrant.
Ah. Is it correct? When your input is 0, output is minus 64.3. Okay, so somewhere mark here minus 64.3. And when your input starts to increase, what happens? The output, starts to increase in the positive direction, and eventually it becomes 0. Okay, so somewhere here, okay, this is very tricky. That's the reason I said we should have tried. Okay, no issues. Okay, so what happens? It goes in this direction, and somewhere it becomes 0. And at what value it becomes 0? When your input is 64.3 volt level, and from there onwards, it stays at 0 volt level. Okay. Similarly, in the negative half cycle, as you have written somewhere here, in the negative half cycle, once again, when the input is 0, output will start from 64.3 level. Okay. So the output starts from, when your input is 0, output is minus 64.3. Then when Vi is equal to 75 volts in negative direction, what will be the peak? What will be the peak? It is minus 64.3 minus 64.3 minus 75. So that's 139.3. So this is 139.3 volts. So this peak will be at minus 139.3 volts. Okay. So when your input reaches 75 volts in the negative direction, your output will have an voltage which is equal to minus 139.3 volts. So this is your transfer characteristics. Okay, altogether you get a different type of transfer characteristics for this particular problem. Okay, any doubts in this? Let me know. Any doubts in this? Just let me know. Don't hesitate. If you want me to explain the transfer characteristics, once again, I can explain. Not an issue.
So once again, transfer characteristics. So
transfer characteristics, okay. First, you draw the axis. Okay. Okay, now, because I don't want to scroll again and again, okay, you have to help me out now. You have the analysis in your notebook, right? So you have to tell me, okay, say this is Vi, reduce the thickness. This is V0, okay, and this is minus Vi, okay, and this is minus Vi plus Vi. Plus V naught minus V naught. Okay. Okay. Now you mark the transition point here. Okay. The transition point is minus 64.3 volts. Okay.
Plus, sir.
Now, in positive half cycle, when your input is 0, okay, in the positive half cycle, when your input is less than minus 60, less than 64.3 volts, less than 64.3 volts, what is your output equation? Output equation is V naught is equal to Vi minus 64.3 volts. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Fine. So that means to say when your input is 0, what will be the value of output?
Minus
Minus
64.3.
Minus 64.3. Just mark that point. Let us take minus. Okay. Three volts. Fine. And then you can start, allotting the values for input. When input jumps to 1 volt, input jumps to 2 volts, so on and so forth. Finally, when the input reaches 64.3 volt level, what happens to the output? When your input becomes plus 64.3, what happens to your output?
0, sir.
0 volt. Okay. So 0 volt means here. So when your input becomes this voltage, okay, your output becomes 0. So 0 is nothing but x-axis you can take, right? This is the one. Okay. So there are a set of values you don't have to calculate actually. Okay. Say for example, when your input is 10 volt, your output will be minus 54.3 volts. So that's the logic. So input is 0, right? Let us say somewhere here, when I take input is 10 volt, some output value I will get. Okay, so that is minus 54.3. I hope you understood now, right? So like this, you go on allotting the different values for the input. Okay, go on. And finally, when you substitute input value is equal to 64.3, what do you get the output value as? You get 0 volts. So that's the reason, you get a transfer characteristic curve of this kind. Okay. And once it reaches 64.3, so when your input is greater than or equal to 64.3, your output becomes 0 volt.
0.
So from this point onwards, your output is nothing but a straight line overlapping with the input axis. Okay, is it clear now, the transfer characteristics?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. Similarly, now you handle the negative half cycle. Okay, so mark the peak point here. Okay, this is your VM value of the input. In the negative direction, it is minus 75 volts. So even for negative half cycle, your negative half cycle starts from 0 volts, right? So when at the beginning of the negative half cycle, when your input is 0, output is minus 64.3. And finally, when your input, becomes minus 75 volts for negative half cycle, your output equation is V naught is equal to minus Vi minus 64.3. So therefore, when your input is 75 volts, because I have changed the current polarity, your output becomes minus 75 minus 64.3, that is 139.3 volts. Correct, no? Yeah. So mark 139.3 volts. So probably, you will get a straight line here. Okay. So this is your axis. Okay. And when you, so this voltage is minus 139.3 volts. So this is the transfer characteristic. So this is AC, and this region is also AC, and this is your 0 volt DC. So this is your transfer characteristic. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No. Is it clear? Or you still have doubts? It's okay. I mean, even if you have doubts, no problem. What I want you to do is that, you take a day of time, okay? And once again, you practice this particular problem and try to answer the quiz. I think today you can take up the quiz, right? You can retake the quiz. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So we'll meet at third hour class. I'll just do the problems, okay? Not much theory. We'll meet at third hour class. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.